a day that passes over my head. No, not even an hour of my life that I don't think about the people that belong to this school and those that come down here seeking some information, some knowledge, some understanding about how that they can get along in this life, see, with one another, and what's coming up, what's going to happen in the future.
Yes,
what has happened in the past. And just to put it in more or less academic terminology, where did I come from? Why am I here? Where am I going to? What shall I do while I'm here? Then somebody said, well, the Bible says, seek the Lord while he may be found. Call on him while he is near. Somebody said, well, Jesus is the answer to all your problems and questions. And they also said, well, go out and join the church and live a decent, moral, consecrated, sanctified, and holy life. You see? And behave yourself. Disappointed? And all along the road that you find Jesus is coming. See? Now they begin to take them signs down. See? Now they've been looking for him for a long, long time. See? Now then they begin to hear about air pollution, water pollution, and pollution of all kinds. Insecticide on from the parasites eating up the vegetables, and poison, insecticide poison. And they got enough gas up here, poison gas up here in Utah, to kill everybody in the world. And they're trying to make it safe and they did want to put it in the ocean. See, and they get out of that idea. And so then they stored it up there in Utah. Now they're afraid that might something get out of control or something. And when they were carrying it from one place to the other, you see, the farmers' sheep and cattle and all, see, some of it escaped, and it killed quite a few of them. They didn't know what was the matter with them. See, they just brought up and died. See, they didn't know what trouble. The UN and everybody else concerned is trying to find some way to stop the production of nuclear, atomic bombs and hydrogen bombs, and to arrive at some conclusion that is workable to keep mankind from destroying himself off of the face of the earth. See? And every kind of way you turn, people are concerned about this and that and the other. When you go to school on the college campus and the university campus, they're having problems of all kinds and all sorts. You see what I'm talking about? The police are there, and not only that, the teachers and the pupils and the students and all. Now you're talking about confusion of all types and all sorts. They don't. The world's in an awful mess. Now down in Vietnam, I'll have to speak about that too. Now, Robert Kennedy and what's the other Democrat that was running, McCarthy. See, they say that the solution to the war down there, they thought, was a coalition government. Now, there's 20% Roman Catholics down there, and the other 80% is Buddhist and communist. Now, you can split that up into whatever percent you want to. Okay? But now, that's the situation down there. Now, listen. If they have, well, I'll put it this way. they did have a Roman Catholic. Diem was there, and his brother, and they were Roman Catholics. Now, I'm trying my best to talk plain. I'm trying to tell you what's going on, what's happening. See? Now, they killed him. Diem. And his brother, too. See? Then we turn right back around and put two in by the crooked maneuvers. You see, political maneuvers and strategies. See, we put two in that. Now, he's another Roman Catholic. Now, North Vietnam, they say that they're not going to negotiate. See? They're just not going to have a Roman Catholic. See? Now then, there's the Buddhists. What about them? No, the communists, they don't want the Roman Catholics, and they don't want the Buddhists, and they want to be here. Now, my point is this. It wouldn't make any difference which one of them is there. Right. The situation and the condition would be the same. That's right. Just to make a long story real short and clear up the whole matter. See? If they had a coalition government, had a communist president, a Buddhist vice president, you understand, and a Roman Catholic assistant in the government, you still have the same message you got right now. In other words, the solution is not that. Now, we had an election in this country. I told you, stood right in the pulpit and told you, long before it happened, that John F. Kennedy, a Roman Catholic, so-called, was being nominated, elected, and assassinated. And before him went back to Roosevelt, during Roosevelt's regime. And I told the people that his last term that he would be nominated, elected, and he wouldn't be in the White House 1 year after that day. Check the records and find out for yourself whether he was or not. And every major thing that has happened on this earth plane for 38 years, right straight down the line, I told you about it. That's right. And I've also told you, as Dr. Clyde just said, now, if I tell you about these things, and they still happen like I tell you, then don't come back here no more. Now, we're not anxious to play church. See? And we're down here to learn. And by your manifestation of coming out in the rain like it is out there tonight, understand? I feel indebted to you. I want you to go away from here benefited. I want you to learn something. Right. That's why I'm telling you the things that I'm telling you about. See? That's why I'm trying to show you the things that I'm saying to you. All right. See? So that you can see that man on this earth plane, playing church and politics, see, and religion, you see, and financial backing. That is no solution to this problem. None at all. There is no success that you can have in this life that is lasting. None of the material things, Howard Hughes, yes, I know all the big boys, you understand, the financiers. See, H.L. Hunt, Paul Getty, you understand, Bob Hope, and understand, see, with all of their accumulated millions, it's just as unhappy as you could ever hope to be. Right. And it's just as much of a failure as you are.
That's right now.
The solution is not that. Now, I have stood in front of this congregation and preached many times, and I didn't have 1 cent, not 1 penny. Now, Dr. Clyde and Dr. Bud once, they just returned from Little Rock, Arkansas. That's what they were talking about, that they were. Now, Sister Mary goes my secretary, and I have sit on a plane right out of International Airport, and we didn't have 1 cent between us. See? And nothing of any particular value that we could pass upon to even get a penny. Now, I'll tell you what's right, just like it is, so that you can see that there's something motivating this thing. See? That you can get busy and get to digging so you can find something. And we got on that plane without a penny between us and rode from International Airport to Springfield, Ohio, 2,300 miles. And if somebody had not met us in the Dayton Airport, we didn't have enough money to put in the telephone to call up 25 miles from there and tell somebody we had landed and come get us. See? Now then, on top of all of that, long years before I ever come to L.A., you see, I drove equally as many hundreds and thousands of miles in worse weather than what you got right out there in America.
Right. That's right.
See, it's been raining and sleet and snow, and then on top of all that, way on up in West Virginia mountains and up in the Kentucky mountains. You understand? On it does. And I have to come down that mountain. You understand? I have to stop on top of it, get somebody to put the chains on it, and come down off of that mountain. You understand? Right. And I've seen them skid. And down at the foot of the mountain, see, passing on, as you pass on by, you see cars overturned, some of them there, and they hadn't got them picked up yet, see? Now, what I'm trying my best to tell you is this. I would not even dare to go through all of that, to drive all them many hundreds of miles, take all them chances on my life to get to you in all kinds of ways, and nobody paying me a dime, and me using my own money.
That's right, Daddy. That's the truth.
To get to you to tell you about things. See? There's got to be something. See, where could you go? You tell me. Just stand right up and tell me. If you know any church on the face of this earth, that has a pastor that never asked him for a penny or anything, up to come and let me know about it. And all this work you see around represents many, many, many years of hard work. 38 years to be more exact. Now this is what I'm telling you. Now we've had them from all of your churches you can think of, including the Roman Catholic, and any Protestant church you want to think about. We've had the scientists, we've had the philosophers. See? We've had the so-called atheists. We've had the agnostics. We've had the infidels. See? We've had the medical doctors. We've had everything down here that you can think of. There's a picture coming out there now. See? Yes, sir. We've had any religious denomination you want to think of, including any of them. Black Muslims, white supremacists. We've had everything right down here in this place. We have took their books, their living, Roman Catholic Bible, encyclopedias, Protestant Bibles and encyclopedias. You see? Roman Catholic commentaries, Protestant commentaries. You see? Are you following me? Now, works have been gone all over the world. Haven't missed anybody. See? And during all this time, I want to tell you to your face, hadn't been nobody that's been able to stand up here and to refute what we teach. And listen, folks, it is not just a matter of running your mouth. You see? That's not going to do it any good. And I don't care what you say. That's not the thing that's going to help. See? Just like one of the brothers was talking to me this afternoon. See? And he's talking about what happened in Springfield, where we were. It called my attention to it. I think Dr. Harris was there at that time. And Carter, see, that was pastor of your church in that area up there, see. He said that Jesus said, I give you a new commandment, that you should love one another. He said, it's not new. You could get me just as one said, Jesus said it was. I said, all right, it's new. But now I'll explain it. See? Now, what he come in the world to do was to fulfill. Now, to show you that it wasn't new, you go back there and get the 10 Commandments. Right, get the 10 Commandments. And you won't get far before you read it. Chapter 20, chapter 8. Now, what he was doing was fulfilling that law. And during those 3.5 years that he was walking around, he never told them to love one another. Right. The law said that, but he never told them to love one another. Well, why didn't he tell them to love one another? You see? Because they didn't have nothing in them. Just like you folks around in the world. They didn't have nothing in them. There wasn't no need to tell somebody to love somebody. You understand? You see what I'm talking about? That's why he never told them. But now, in order to fulfill that part of it, every jot and every tittle that was a jot and a tittle that was back there, and he had to say it. Just like those other words that he spoke when he was on the cross. You understand? See? Well, that was written back there. You had to say it. See? We're fulfilling jot and tittle. All right. You see what I mean? Remember one time they was going along, and because the other fellow's disciples didn't do like they did, wanted fire to come down. He said, well, you know, on his own disciples, they wanted fire to come down and burn up the other fellow back there, see? And he said, you don't know what spirit, you don't know what kind of spirit you got. You see? Now listen, just standing up here in this pulpit, reciting words and repeating words, Jesus said, you understand? Now that ain't gonna get it. Now it isn't that he didn't say it, but it's not an effective thing within you. That's what I'm talking about. And when he said it, see, everything that Jesus said, everything he said, he didn't say nothing. Not a thing. That's why he wasn't just walking around here, see. And he said, see, and Roman Catholics and Protestants, neither one. See, none of them, they hadn't caught up with what he's talking about. Not yet. See, don't start no arguments with me. Don't start to argue with me. See? For example, suppose you turn over there and get to the 26th chapter of Matthew and the 26th verse, and see if I don't know that it's in there and I can't read.
And as they were eating,
Yahshua
took bread.
Jesus took bread.
And blessed it.
And blessed it.
And brake it.
And brake it.
And gave it to the disciples. And said, Take, eat, this is my body.
Take, eat, this is my body.
And he took the cup.
And he took the cup.
And gave thanks.
And gave thanks.
And gave it to them, saying.
And gave it to them, saying.
Drink ye all of it.
Drink ye all of it.
For this is my blood
For
of the
this
New
is
Testament.
my blood of the new covenant.
Which is shed for many for the remission of sins.
Which is shed for many for the remission of sins. Is that right? You did manage to read it, didn't you? See? Now I want it read again. See? I want it read again. So now I'm going to show you what the difference is. Read it again, like you read.
And as they were eating.
Now wait a minute. It says now, and as they were reading.
Eating.
As they were eating. Is that right? Now get these words straight. As they were eating. As they were.
Yeah, he was.
Oh.
You see?
Yeah. He was.
You see what I mean? Now I want to know they who. When was it? Where was it? Who is talking to? Now get ready. He's up there saying that as they were eating, Jesus said to us.
Oh, yeah.
And as often as we eat this bread, we show forth his death and suffering until he comes. All you done is just twisted up what he's saying. Right. And there wasn't one Gentile in the bunch. Nobody had the Jew. And just 12 men was that. Are you listening now? Yeah. That was even in another age, another word. You see? Now here you get up there, and you come into quoting to me. So it's in Matthew 26, and that's in the New Testament. See? You get it now? You want to say, well, here it is, right here. Take your book. Come on, Lenny, get up and get busy. Help me out here. Show me how they show the New Testament. See? Get up. I want these people that's afraid to come up to the front, this new people around. I want them to see. See? Get up and go on back there. See? Now, Reverend, get up there and read what you just read. See? And he says, I'm preaching out of the New Testament. This is New Testament, see? And Jesus said, now don't argue with me, that's what you do in the Mass. And these are the very words that they recite in the Mass. See? And they say, Jesus said. I know hocus pocus. They say it in Latin. Now listen, folks, he never said no such a thing. And that's not in the New Testament. You see what I mean? Is it on the printed page? I want to know answer me. I'll tell you why all the confusion is, and why folks can't get no consolation out of going to church. You see what I mean? Now, hold what you got right there. I just got through saying it wasn't in the New Testament. You see? And I just got through saying Jesus never said that to us. These people that live this and faith. You see? And I say every priest that ever done it, I said Jesus said, well, to take it in the you know, in the mass, I tell you a lie. And it never has done anybody any good that ever took. That's what the matter is. You've been in the feast all your life. 2 Corinthians, the 3rd chapter.
Do we begin again?
Now, do we begin again
to commend ourselves?
To commend ourselves.
Our need.
Or is it necessary? Read.
As some others.
As some others.
Epistles of commendation.
Epistles of commendation.
To you.
To you.
Or letters of commendation from you.
Or letters of commendation from you. That's to or whom. Okay, that all right. That's what you call your master's life. You say, all right, read on.
Ye are our epistle.
Now, you are our epistle. You are our epistle. You see? Now, look, Williams, if you don't know what you're talking about, you understand, and I don't know what I'm talking about, you're just like me. That's right. He's just another jackass, that's all. Just make the thing clean and clear so everybody understands what you're talking about. Get all the mysteries and the parables out of it. You see? Now, I said that because I'm Dean around here. See, you're my epistle. See, if I don't know what I'm talking about, you follow me, then you don't know what you're talking about. You see? Is that right? Because ye are our epistle. In this case, the Apostle Paul was talking about they are the epistles of the apostles.
That's right.
All right, read.
Ye are our epistles written in our hearts.
You are our epistles. Listen at this. See, written in my heart. See, I've got to have your heart. I cannot stand up here. See? And go through all this. No cause and no reason. You understand? I'm not going to run around in the rain and then snow. See? I'm not going to carry on like I've carried on for 38 years and nobody paid me nothing for it. You see what I mean? I'm not seeking your praise and your honor. You see what I'm talking about? I'm trying to make it clear. It's because Yahweh has put it in fact, it's just in me. I just got I can't help it. Because if you keep your mouth off of my shirt, I can't help but tell you the truth. There's nothing else to tell for me to tell you. See? Get the point? That's what I come for. See? Then now you're sound asleep. Then when Yahshua the Messiah come along, can't you see the Sanhedrin count jumped all over him? Tried to arrest him and put him in jail. Get the delegation down. And when it didn't come back with him, said, oh, well, why didn't you bring him back? Said, look here. Said, never man speak like that. Now, I never heard nobody speak like that. And then you won't hear none of these hypocrite preachers out there speak like me.
That's right.
That's right. They don't have to bring me, just send for me and I'll be there. That's right. I'll go in anybody's church and preach the same thing.
Right.
Yes, indeed. Even if I have got thrown out of church. You see? I'm interested in saving your soul.
That's right, Tom.
See? I know what's coming. Because when Yahshua the Messiah is revealed from heaven, listen to what I'm telling you. He takes flame and vengeance. The crying rock and mountains fall on me. Hide me from the face of him that sits on the throne. And Peter said it would pass out with a great noise.
Mm-hmm.
He thought that your wife and you are scared asunder. You see what I'm talking about? Well, I'm looking right at that all the time. See? I'm conscious of it. See? And that's why I go in the rain. See? That's why I go in the snow. And in the sleet. And really and truthfully, if it wasn't Yahweh taking care of me, I'd have been dead long ago. I'd have slipped off the side of one of them mountains. I'd turned that automobile over. You understand? And I drove it at a rate of speed as high as 100 miles an hour to be at a certain place at a certain time. Dr. Gross, whenever you sent for me, I didn't answer your letter, did not come. You've been with me around 38 years. Now, that man ought to at least have some idea. See? Now, I'm talking about what I've done. Now, Now, he spent better than $100,000. That man's a rich man.
That's right.
That's right. Yes. And he put his money in this body for your benefit and your good. You see what I'm talking about? And both of us been in all kinds of churches. See? You get the point? Now, I don't want to lose the continuity of thought, and neither do I want to keep you here. See? But I want to set you into what I'm talking about. I want you to see the reality of it. I want you to see how you have been deceived, how you have been fooled. Okay? The reason why you're walking around, trying to find some solace, trying to find some consolation. You're around to the place where they can't have a decent thought. You understand? And they've resorted to drugs. You see? Now, let me tell you this now, while I'm at it. Now look, Messiah said in the first chapter of St. John, I'm telling you where you can find that in the book. You can look at it when you go home. See, we don't have time to read everything. You understand? But now, he gives or enlightens every man that comes into the world. He enlightens. In other words, God has given every man a sufficient amount of intelligence. You see? To comprehend what his purpose was. You understand? Now I say he gave him a sufficient amount. See? Now you don't need no boosters on that. See? And you haven't got too much sense. You're not too intelligent, even before you take the drug. You need all the sense. You understand? You need to be taking some drugs and get a kick out of something. But Yahweh gives you a sufficient amount of intelligence for you to comprehend His purpose without fail. And all you can get out of that is a hallucination. Now, why worry with that? When you got all these hypocrite preachers up there, you say, you understand? Well, what's the use of worry with that? Aren't you breathing enough smog and drinking enough impure water? You see? What's the use of going out hunting up something else? You kidding? I'm just making it clean so you can understand what I'm talking about. See? What's the use of going down the street trying to pick a fight with a white man and a white man trying to pick a fight with a Negro? Mm-hmm. Do you see what I mean? Something to think about. Is that right? You can't get along with your wife. Well, why? See? Well, I just can't get along with that woman. See, now that's old, too. That's what he said. That's that woman he gave. You see? Well, now, suppose he just turned the thing around and say, well, look, that man you united me to. You see what I mean? There's something wrong somewhere, folks. We've got to find out what's wrong. All right, now I've just got through telling you that they said that was New Testament teaching, Matthew 26:26, where Jesus said for us to take and to eat. And this was his body, you see. And I just got through showing you here. See, Fred, do something here. See, that was under this age back here. He never said nothing like that to you in this age. It's just not there. And look, you wasn't even invited to the party, brother. See, that covenant was made with the Jews only back then. You see what I mean? Now here you are, trying to tell me that Jesus said, as often as we eat this bread, and as often as we drink of this cup, we show forth his death and suffering until he comes. You see? He didn't say no such a thing. That's not in the Bible where he told us to do it. That's right. You see, and you just read that he's talking to his disciples, isn't that right? All right, now read. Okay. Now listen. I want you to follow me down so you can see what I'm talking about. Then I had Allen or somebody, Dr. Lennon, to get up and show you where they said, don't you anybody what they said this was the New Testament. Right. And I said, that's not so. Now, I'm proving to you that that's not so. You say, all right, read.
For as much as you are manifestly declared...
For as much as you are manifestly declared to be the epistle
of the Messiah... ministered by us.
Ministered by us.
Written not with ink.
Now, wait a minute, that buster. Hold everything. Say, written not with ink. Would you say that Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John was written with ink?
Yes, sir.
If you don't say that it was, I'll read it to you that it was in the Bible. You see? Written not with ink. All right, let's read.
But with the Spirit of the living...
But with the Spirit
of the living element.
Of the living element.
Not in tables of stone.
You see? Now, just written back down tables of stone. Just say, thou shalt not do this, the do's and the don'ts. You understand? And it wasn't 40 days. That's what Yahweh said. You see? Before they had it broke. You understand? You understand?
Yeah.
Now, what good is it going to do me? You see, to stand up, or anybody else. As to that matter. To stand up here and tell you, you see, to do something. You see, and you don't know the story, and you're all confused about it. You see what I mean? And you are our epistle, written in our hearts, read and known of all men. Say, Williams, get up here. This man is a preacher. He's a good one too. See? Now this has happened to him. You see? Now as the other people sat here in these seats, on these chairs, and listen to this man open his mouth and preach to you. You see? Or me or anybody else. You see? With you with a profound knowledge of what the dispensations and ages. You understand? Every mistake he makes. When he says that Jesus said, as often as we eat this bread and drink of this cup, you see? And as often as he says that this is the New Testament, you understand? See? You get the point? See? Now, he might cry a little bit. See? Well, he's sincere, as Brother Sly says, there was a good man. He's all right. You see? And then he might say that he prayed over this grape juice and this crackers, and it's consecrated or sanctified, and all like that. But these are sitting down here that knows the truth. They know that man. That's right. You see? And they know that he's not one of my epistles. That's right. See? Do you see that now? They know he don't know what he's talking about. Cry, yes, sir. And say, come, give me your hand. God your heart. Won't you come now? See? You can say that in every last one of these eagles. You understand? See why I'm sitting down here. Every last one of my epistles knows he's wrong. That's right. You see? And he don't even affect the one of them. He don't even save one. See? Not even the first. Do you see what I mean? And he may be so serious about it until he wants to run on, even run over time. See? Now, we've had it down here and had it up here in this pulpit that way. And we've had so many of them until the audience and the congregation jumps on and say, now, when are you going to quit for this? Come down there and learn something. We take money for this building down there. Come down there. If we want to hear him, we go out there and listen. I said, well, look, we're trying to win somebody. Trying to open somebody's eyes. Ain't that right? That's right. You see? Do you see what I mean? So then we stop it. They said, well, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of guest speakers. You see the point? I want to know something to save my soul now. You understand? I've been eating that junk out there all my life. I ain't got nothing out of it. You see what I mean? And then this is what you do. The very thing that they tell you you shouldn't do, you can't help it. You see, you can't help it. See? You go and do the very thing you think is wrong. And you can't help it. Because they taught you that it was wrong. You see? Well, for example, to give you some of what I'm saying, They say, well, it's wrong to eat pork and meat. See? It's wrong to eat meat on Friday. You see? It's wrong to chew tobacco. It's wrong when you get through with it. See? When you get through with it. See? It's wrong. Everything is wrong. And you done draw the fingers out. You done draw it. You're so particular about kind of scared right. Just like a man walking his typewriter. See what I'm talking about? I'm trying all I can. And you do wrong, trying to do right. I'm just condemning you all the time. You see, then you ain't got one other chance, man. And that's trying to hide behind something. You can hope it's good or something. Now that's what's going on, folks. I know what I'm talking about. It's going on among the priests and everybody else, the Roman Catholics and the Protestants.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Because they don't even know what's right. They have no knowledge of it at all. See, and they say Jesus said, now ye are our epistles written in our hearts. Is that right?
That's right.
Suppose you repeat.
Ye are our epistles written in our hearts, known and read of all men.
Known and read. See, somebody's reading you. You see? Reading you. See? Now, when you're out there in Babylon, or out there in any church you want to talk about, see? Somebody, see, you're amazing. See, that priest, or that cardinal, or that layman, you're amazing him by yourself.
Right.
And he's amazing you by himself.
Yeah.
You understand? And both of you, all you can do is just try to dodge around and hide from one another. Because there's nothing there. Do you see what I mean?
Sure.
And he'll tell you, now listen, you come back to confession. Because you know you ain't going to live nothing. How do you know that? Because you ain't going to live. In other words, you just made one another by one another. You see, they are just what he's preaching and what he's teaching. You see what I mean? Read and known of all men. Written in our hearts. See? Not with pen and ink. Now, you see what I was trying to show you? You see, the New Testament is not written with pen and ink.
Right.
So if it's not written with pen and ink, why are you trying to tell me? But Matthew is the beginning of the New Testament. Now watch this. Head on. Jeremiah 31:31.
Behold, the days come,
Behold, the days come.
saith Yahweh.
Who said that?
Yahweh.
All right, says Yahweh.
That I will make a new covenant
That I'm going to make the new covenant. Read.
with the house of Israel.
And the house of Israel and the house of Judah.
House of Judah.
All right.
Not according to the
Like Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, the Acts of the Apostles, and the epistles. That's not the New Testament. Then what is? All right. Read on.
Not according to the covenant I made.
Not according to the covenant I made with them when I took them by the hand. Now listen, folks. Now listen. Right there, you ought to at least try to wake up. You see what I'm talking about? Here's the priests and all the rest of them up there doing the same thing that they done back there. Baptized in water, wash the feet, and eat God's stuff and everything else. Do you see what I'm talking about? That I ain't gonna make another covenant with the Israelites like that no more. When I took them by the hand and brought them out of the land of Egypt. But then what's going to happen?
But this shall be the
Now this is what it is. Do you believe Yahweh or do you believe God? What are you going to take? What are you going to take for? Now this is what he said it was.
Yeah.
All right.
After those days,
After those days,
saith Yahweh,
says Yahweh.
I will put
Now wait a minute. He said he was going to do it. Now here you are trying to tell me Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Don't you see why you haven't got nowhere? You see what the difference is? Now that's how you learn when you come down to this truth. There's no sense when you're going through the race. You understand? Through all kinds of questions. You understand? You come here and set up and look at some monkey up here in the foot. They don't know straight up. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
And we refuse to have them kind. I'm making my business to see to it that they're taught. You say? I'm making my business to see to it that you know that it's under, that says Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, and these epistles was written under the old covenant, and that Jesus never did fight to no Gentiles. Take these, this is my body, this is my blood. And they wasn't even at the fire. Right. Now, how could he say it to them when they weren't even excited? He said, with his disciples up in the upper room. That's right. That's right. And I have you to know, if you go back to the 12th chapter of Exodus, take a lamb out of the flock, a lamb to a house, isn't that right? Right. And then they would kill that lamb on the 14th and eat it on the 14th. Right. Ain't that right? Right? I want to know whether that's right. If that's what the Bible says. Right. 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 Let's tell whose Bible you read it out of. You say? Well, it sure wasn't done up in no congregation. Right. You find in that Bible where he ever wrote, ever seen anything like that up there in the temple?
It's not in there, though. It's not in there. Nowhere in the Bible.
See? Yes. It's not even in the almanac. Not to say nothing about the Bible. Do you see what I mean? Yes. And that's why I've acted and done as I have done. And I simply will not stand for you to come down here through the rain, and through the snow, and through the sleet, and say, and from one time to the other, you understand, and not tell you the truth about it. And when I tell you the truth about it, see, they lay in wait out yonder, say, and they have done it. Beat me up bodily. But they ain't gonna never, I'm like the Apostle Saul said, no man in the regions of a child shall stop me from this home. Now, if you're sitting up here with the devil in you, you understand, you're not fooling me when you say, look, that man don't know what he's talking about. You don't disturb me. See? I tell you what's the matter with you. You know what's the matter with you? You know why you said that? So you know you can't gainsay and resist it. You understand? And you're afraid. You're a coward. You're a hypocrite. That's what it is. The devil in you. See? Then the best you can say is, that man don't know what he's talking about. I ain't going back down there no more. You're fooling yourself, not me. You see what I'm talking about? The words that I speak, that's how they'll up to root anything out of anybody. You understand what I'm talking about? Yahshua the Messiah said, the words that I speak, they're spirit and they're life, and it resounds within your conscience. You understand? And you tremble in your boots just like I do in mine. Right.